Secure the broken capillary by tightening the thumb screws into the tray. Pressing against the metal collars of the capillary, screws need to be tight enough to immobilize the capillary without deforming the collar. A good rule of thumb is 1/4 turn past the point of contact. Disconnect the fluid tubings from the sample path. Using a small screwdriver or other blunt implement, move some of the exposed silicone tubing towards the ends of the metal feeder tubes, releasing some of the contact between the two. Push the metal locking nut against the rotational motor and pull the feeder tube out of the silicone end of the capillary, and repeat this process on the other side. A close-up view provides better visual details of the process. Then, remove the entire tray from its mount in the center of the vast. Holding the capillary by one of the silicone ends, carefully thread the capillary's other end through the channel. Angle the capillary upwards to clear the two positioners in the center of the tray before allowing it to rest against them. Carefully align the far silicone end with the channel. Put pressure on the edge of the metal collar to push the capillary into its final position so that the silicone ends are exposed outside of the tray, the metal collars reside within the channel, and the glass portion traverses the length of the tray, resting inside the positioners at the center. Note the orientation arrow at the corner of the tray. This indicates the direction of a stabilizing bend in the capillary and must always be oriented to point towards the vast camera. Move the tray to its mount between the rotational motors, pressing gently down on the walls to secure it in the proper plane. Insert the black capillary guard and gently place it over the capillary and positioners. A moderate to tight fit is normal. Insert the feeder tubes. Depress the locking nut against the rotational motor and gently push the feeder tube into the silicone end until the metal shoulder rests against the silicone. Now gently pull the feeder tube away from the center of the capillary, stretching the silicone tubing just slightly between the feeder tube and the metal collar. A close-up view shows what the final tension between the parts should look like. Then reconnect the sample tubing to both ends of the feeder tubes. Remove the guard and add a small amount of lubricating sealant at the collars to prevent added water from leaking out of the tray.